Well, hello there again. You know, all morning I've been thinking about something. I've talked in the last couple, 3 videos I made about the corruption in the government and how that most of the people back there in Washington, D.C. have morals, but they're the evil kind of morals instead of the good kind of morals. Like, I think the biggest share of society in the United States, in the different states in the Union, actually have. You know that there's so many things that go on that's criminal out of that government back there. Out of the state governments too. You look around. That California government, boy, they're pulling some stuff on them people, and they're wondering why rats are leaving the sinking ship. I guess New York and some of these other places are doing the same thing. That poor up there in Michigan and Minnesota and that, they got problems all over. That Illinois, that Chicago. Well, they've had it for a long time because, you know, if you get in and you go back and you look about the labor disputes in the 1920s, 1930s, up into the 1940s, you go paying attention to that stuff, you look around at what was going on, how the FBI got to be this save the world force for good. You get to look at this stuff. Oh, and you see the corruption, you see the criminal actions and the activities and things. And, oh, it's just thoroughly amazing. What really got me, I had a thought this morning about the corruption. You know, I could care less about this, except in the state of Arizona. I could care less about this Second Amendment stuff. Now, that Second Amendment up there says that the ability to bear arms shall not be infringed. Well, you get to looking. People don't understand, in the first place, that U.S. Constitution was for the Union. Just like you go out here and you form a club of some kind. You set up the bylaws. You set up this and that and the other, and the people in there. That was the laws for that Union. So 50 states, they set it up so that if 3/4 did this and 2/3 did that, it was okay. But it's ruled by consensus amongst the states. And that rule by consensus means that most of the people agree with whatever the law is. You can't make a law in this country legally unless most of the people agree with it. See, so that red and blue party, that's why I say they're mobs, they're criminals. That's just flat out, because they're all for the red and blue party. They're all for the big corporations, the international corporations. See, that's what they're for. They could care less about we the people. And that government is we the people of the various states. Now, in your home state, that is supposed to be an independent, sovereign country. Oh, I could care less about what old Abraham Lincoln said, excuse me, in his Gettysburg Address. That's where it come around. This nation, so that this nation, you know, one nation, this nation's what he said. That was false, because at the beginning of the Civil War, I can't remember, it was 26, 27 states, whatever it was. 28 million, I don't remember. But those states were each independent nations, sovereign countries. See? And if you really get to going close, all the malarkey that went on in the Congress and everything before the Civil War, you find out it wasn't the Southerners that were the aggressors. No, it was the Northerners, really. Pay attention. Go in and look. Those abolitionists, they were fanatics. They were in there. They were out of the North. That John Brown and his crew and the rest of them. And you look at the industrialization of the North. They wanted stuff cheap. They wanted to sell it high to the South. They wanted commodities out of the South cheap and then to sell products high to the South. Well, the South wasn't going for that. They were selling to England and France and around. So you get to looking. You pay attention to what was going on. But that did not change that Constitution of the United States. After that war, no matter what all that criminal activity and political stuff and all that went on after, get to looking, paying attention, critically think. You find out things aren't. It's individual liberty. I don't care what color your skin is. I could care less what kind of dye you put in your hair. I don't care whether you're male, female, whatever. Hermaphrodites and all that kind of stuff. That gets in there. I could care less. Because you're an individual, you have your liberty, you can choose to do whatever you as an individual, while considering the society you live in and the social ramifications and that of that society, that particular society. See, that society that you live in is also a sovereign, independent society. There's lots of them in this country. People have forgot that. They tried, a melting pot. Let's throw everything in this melting pot. Don't work that way. Understand what that idea was of people being able to separate. Understand what the government and the people did to the American natives. There's all kinds of stuff. Black people want reparations? You better make reparations to the American natives first. One of these days I'm going to get talking about some of that stuff. But you see now, this whole thing, I was back there and I got off onto this Second Amendment and the individual states. I could care less. California wants to outlaw, according to the original intent of the Constitution of the United States, California, if they get 2/3 of their people or whatever, they can outlaw guns in California, for all I care. All right, but you better have it right by the precepts of liberty. Okay, but now, you go through. Let's see, the United States pulled out of Afghanistan and left all kinds of weapons there. They've been shoveling billions of dollars of weapons to Ukraine, a criminal country. And most of that stuff, or a big share of that stuff, has been getting onto the black market. They shifted a bunch of stuff into various Middle East countries besides Israel for this faction or that faction to be able to make the country safe for democracy. Well, them people that believe in Allah, they want to have a religious government headed by God. Ayatollah so-and-so is supposed to make the laws because God told him to. That's something like that. That's not democracy. And the United States got no business trying to shove it down their throats. But with all these money, guns, even this Mexico stuff, how comes the border people, the government, is allowing guns to be bought in the United States and shipped to Mexico? Government ought to be shutting that down right now. Bam! Hey, you got a gun in that vehicle, you got 5 or 6 rifles that you bought in the United States, you're taking down to some criminal organization in Mexico? Nope. You buying guns, legal gun dealers can ship them out of the country however they want. Not individuals and stuff for bad intentions. See, there's supposed to be certain things. Well, you're after gun control in the United States, which is corruption of the Constitution to begin with, but they're doing all this black market dealing of guns. The government is. Black market guns being out in the world. That's corruption, right? Isn't that criminal? Why, even that wonderful Ronald Reagan had this Iran-Contra thing that went on with some Colonel North that was heading it up or something. Think about it. Go read. Go study. Pay attention. Look at it. Try to find out what's going on and decide whether you want to be an American that believes in liberty and supports liberty for all, or if you want to be a tyrant, a tyrant's toady, or whatever, so that you can walk around and, oh, get rid of guns. Oh, step on Israel. Oh, send over. Go send nukes and drop them on Russia. All. Think about it. Think about this country as what it was supposed to be, what it has become, and why what it has become is criminal and corrupt and evil. Think about it. Well, it took too long, but I'll be back, so have a good day, and may God bless y'all.